Hello nerds, welcome back to an episode of WNN, your source for the music production news. We got some new things to talk about today, new plugins, new industry news, and most importantly, a new Reverb plugin. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here. If you do not hit the like button, GTA 6 will never come out. Also follow me on Instagram if you haven't, that'll be linked down in the description. I'm going to be giving away some plugins in the near future and you have to be following me there. We have another Reverb plugin. How exciting. Now this one, it is a dual Reverb plugin. So we got a little something different going on here. I can put two Reverb plugins myself on something. I would say almost every Reverb plugin I've heard of for quite some time has underwhelmed me because there's not really a lot left to innovate on at this point. Okay, so this is Audio Damage's Ascent. It's a dual reverb plugin that combines two algorithms into one interface. A Hall reverb as well as a pitch shifting particle reverb, creating granular shimmer effects. Oh boy, we got it all here. We got granular, we got reverb. What less could you ask for? The things that have worn their welcome at this point are reverb plugins and granular plugins. How many times can you give us the same thing, you know? In this case, they're giving us the same thing together. Two of the same things combined into one. So you can layer spacious, long, decay reverbs with dynamic pitch-shifted textures that crafts everything from subtle ambient spaces to dramatic, otherworldly atmosphere. Now, my first thought when I hear this is what's stopping me from taking two different reverbs and putting them on a return and then sending a little bit to each one, or sending it completely to each one and mute the original audio. You have the world's your oyster already. You can already do this. Now, I'm sure you have the Hall reverb somewhere in your DAW already or in a plugin. You may not have the pitch shifting particle reverb, so I guess that could be something new for some people. Now they're claiming that it delivers the acoustic character and creative possibilities of premium hardware reverbs. Forgive me if I'm wrong here, but I don't know if there's like a ton of extra creative possibilities with premium hardware reverbs. If anything, there's probably less you can do with a piece of hardware. So with the pitch transposition, you can shift it anywhere from -12 to +12 semitones, and the expanse control has 3 room sizes, small, medium, and large. And then it also has built-in dynamic ducking compressor. Well, on the plus side, I'm pretty sure your stock DAW stuff doesn't have that. I don't think, at least. If you're interested in this plugin, it is $27. Waves is teasing a new free plugin that will be available on Black Friday. So you can sign up now if you want to get access to it. Yeah, I know. There's tons of problems with Waves. You know, Waves update plan, that time where they try to go subscription only. Apparently, they're describing it as very exciting. Honestly, that changes literally nothing for me. I feel like they describe everything they do as very exciting. So if you're interested in this plugin, there's a fucking shiny knob. That's all you know. They're only giving a limited number of licenses away. The question is this working? Because I literally put in my email and nothing is happening. Let me know if this works for you guys, because it's not working for me at all. Today's sponsor is AUDIUS, a decentralized and community-run streaming service that puts the power back into the hands of creators. For me, it personally reminds me of the early days of SoundCloud. There are various ways to earn on AUDIUS, aside from just joining. You can interact with songs, you can get a trending song, getting play count milestones, and more. And there's an actual community on their site as well as Discord, so getting your music heard is easier than other streaming platforms. They recently released a new feature known as the Artist Coin, allowing an artist to have their own currency on AUDIUS. While this may seem controversial, in reality, you are the one in control of it. You can give perks to your fans that hold your coin, such as exclusive tracks, mixes, interviews, whatever you want. Personally, I have Weaver Coin, and it's represented by my bald head. I'm planning on uploading some exclusive mixes, songs, and other things in the near future for anyone who holds my coin. If you're interested in buying or launching your own coin, you can find it on the left sidebar of AUDIUS. A link to AUDIUS will be in the description. Shout out to AUDIUS for sponsoring this video. In our next story, CUBASE 15 has been released, and I'm just going to give you a quick update on what is going on with that. I don't want to get into all the details. I've seen some other videos about it, and it looked pretty overwhelming. I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to give you some highlights here. They've redesigned the expression map system, aiming to have a deep integration with the software's key editor and score editor. There's also a new pattern sequencer housed within CUBASE's pattern editor, allowing you to create melodic patterns in both mono and polyphonic modes. They've expanded the modulation, they've added 40 drum kits, and they've redesigned the Groove Agent SE6. As you can tell, they're adding quite a bit here. They've added the Writing Room Synth Collection, the Omnivocal Synthesis Engine, something called Ultra Shaper, as well as a new pitch shifter. Apparently, they've also improved the workflow and UI design. Oh, I almost forgot. And stem separation. Depending on which version you want, Pro, Artist, or Elements, there are different pricings, and there's also a range of upgrades and cross grades depending on which version you currently have. Spotify's been sued over its discovery mode. It's been alleged that it is a form of modern payola. For those of you that do not know, Spotify has a mode known as Discovery, and if you opt in, basically you get more recommended plays on whatever songs you opt in at the expense of your revenue. You get paid less money, but you get more recommendations. From what I am aware of, a majority of people have opted into this because the hardest thing is to get your music played on there. If you're not getting paid at all to begin with, what are you really losing out on? I don't know if you can claim that the editorial playlists are 100% payola because you don't pay to get in them. But the discovery mode, you are sacrificing some of your money in order to get into it. We can literally look it up right now. With discovery mode, artists and labels identify songs that are a priority, and our system adds the signal to the algorithms and power personalized playlists. The signal increases the likelihood of the selected songs being recommended, but does not guarantee it. Now, the next thing we need to confirm here is that you're sacrificing some money. With discovery mode, there's no upfront cost. So they take a 30% commission of every play you get through discovery mode. When discovery mode is turned on for a song, Spotify charges a commission on streams of that song in discovery mode context. All streams and other contexts are commission free. The commission is a percentage of revenue generated on those select streams. This marketing cost is deducted from future Spotify statements, so no upfront cash budgets are required. So as you can see here, it's payola with extra steps. Now, the fact that Spotify says that these claims are not true, they must be trying to use some sort of loophole or something where they're like, well, you're not actually paying for it, because you are paying them. You're just paying for it with money that you haven't got yet. Now, I don't know about you guys. I personally opted into this the second it came out, and it's not because I wanted to, it's because I knew that everyone else was going to do it. And if you don't do it, then you're basically just going to be losing out to everyone else who has opted in on it already. They further write here, in testing, we found that discovery mode can inspire further commission-free exploration of an artist's catalog, often leading to downstream organic streams outside of radio and autoplay. And they're further using a carrot on a stick method here, where they're stating, hey, look, if you use this, it'll benefit you in the long run. When in reality, it should work like this to begin with. You shouldn't have to sacrifice the amount of money you're making on Spotify in order to have your music heard. So the lawsuit was filed on Wednesday, November 5th in New York, and they allege that Spotify's recommendation tools are a deceptive pay-for-play program. And like I just showed you, that is 100% true. Whether you want to say it's payola or not, it is basically payola with extra steps. It's also true that it misleads consumers into thinking that they were recommended this track organically, when they are not, obviously. This case was filed by a Spotify subscriber, and she stated that she used the platform's personalization features for years, but kept hearing the same major label tracks that bore little resemblance to her listening habits. So Spotify called the accusations nonsense and pointed to its detailed explanation of the program. I'm not sure how that's supposed to defend them here, because they basically tell you, hey, give us some of your money in the future, and you will get more plays. Like I said, payola with extra steps. I don't know how they're going to avoid this. Spotify stated not only do they misrepresent what discovery mode is and how it works, but they are riddled with misunderstandings and inaccuracies. Discovery mode is a feature the artists can use to flag priority tracks for algorithmic consideration in limited context, radio, autoplay, and certain mixes. It doesn't buy plays, it doesn't affect editorial playlists, and it's clearly disclosed in the app on our website. So what it seems like here to me is they are focusing on whatever may be inaccurate in what this person stated, or anything that's not 100% correct, and trying to act like the entire thing they're saying is incorrect. It's classic manipulative behavior. There's actually another lawsuit right now that claims Spotify has turned a blind eye to fraudulent streams, which, face it, that's true, but strangely, they go after independent artists who aren't even using fraudulent streams. I'm sure you guys have seen many videos about this. It's focusing on the extent to which Spotify discloses the exact parameters of discovery mode to its users. Apparently there's an about recommendations explainer when using it. I haven't even seen this, so I must not have noticed it, and I'm sure a lot of people have not noticed it as well. The lawsuit also claims that Spotify's editorial playlists, such as Top Hits and Rap Caviar, are subject to pay for play. Now, I know nothing about this because they don't offer this to everyone. So this may be true for all we know, and it may not be true. Hard to say. And in this lawsuit, they're claiming that Spotify's conduct violates New York state law with deceptive practices and false advertising. This person has stated that if they had known the truth about the service, they would not have paid for Spotify to begin with. That Spotify's playlists and recommendations are shaped by undisclosed pay-for-play arrangements and hidden commercial incentives, not by your listening history alone. I mean, I'm not trying to defend Spotify here, but really, you wouldn't have paid for it if you had known that some of the songs that are recommended to you are pay to play. Like, do you really care that much? I don't know. But let's be honest, the reason why people subscribe to Spotify is so that they don't, first of all, so they do not get ads, but secondly, so they can listen to the music they want to from artists that are on there at any time. I don't know if it has much to do with the recommendations. At least in my opinion, that seems to be the reason why people use Spotify or Apple Music or whatever. In our next story, we have a new plugin known as REVERB, and it's apparently a creative vocal chain processor. I'm a bit skeptical of everything these days, but let's just see. So this is by Quiet Format and as you can see there, their logo looks like it was drawn by a 4-year-old. You know, for all we know these days, the person owning the company could be 5. Website design is not the best. It's a vocal-focused chain plugin designed for creating modern mix-ready vocal sounds. Features a musical EQ, input responsive compressor, and a magic button. It's always my favorite when they put a magic button. They don't tell you what it is, because then you might know what the secret is and why the plugin is not really so special. Whoa, this is a first ever. Apparently, they tell you what the magic button does. This is unheard of. I'm actually shocked. It's a smart random effects engine. Each press generates a musically balanced combination of delay and reverb. Now that sounds like it could actually be fun. Usually I just pick a random preset if I'm trying to do this, or a combination of random presets. I guess this could save some time with that. I'm curious what it sounds like. It's funny because the other plugin, I didn't really give a shit what it sounded like. Some people might be like, but I want to know what it sounds like. I didn't care. Sorry. We'll find out what this one sounds like though. Okay, apparently Schlud is not 5. Actually, he could be 5. I'm actually 12, if you didn't know. So it includes a trial mode and lets you experience the full functionality before buying it. You can use all the features without limitation for 2 sessions, 20 minutes each. Okay, that's a little limited. Let's hear what it sounds like.
Once again, I'm breaking all the patterns with my legs. No, not all beginnings are the end. I got away from everything that I'd known, and I won't waste another minute.
So it doesn't seem too bad. The magic button, clearly you can hear how it creates a combination of delay and reverb, and you can control the mix knob on it. Sadly, you have no control over the delay and reverb though. I guess if you don't like it, you gotta mess with the mix knob or you gotta pick a different one. If you're interested in this plugin, it is $34.99. Normal price is $59. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new here, otherwise you will be strapped to a chair and forced to watch BusyWorks beats on repeat. If you enjoyed this video, consider watching this playlist featuring all recent music production news. I'm sure there's something you missed out on. Consider supporting via Patreon or the affiliate links in the description. I'll see you guys next time.